What's up, Columbus? I'm food scientist Matt Teagarden here with 614 TV, exploring the best food and drinks our city has to offer. This month's Tasting Columbus is our Best of edition, where we're showing the best episodes by number of viewers since we launched this year. We'll start with the famous Tommy's Diner, head over to What the Waffle, followed by some Ritas Pizza, and end with the original goodie shop in Upper Arlington. You don't want to miss the best of Tasting Columbus. So bring your appetite and your adventurous spirit and join me for 614 TV's Tasting Columbus. For over 30 years, Tommy's Diner has been a staple of the Franklinton community. Started by Greek immigrant Tom Pappas and his wife Kathy, this family-run gem on Columbus's west side is now run by their son, Michael. And today we get to taste some classic American favorites. Let's keep eating, Columbus, come on. I'm here with the proud owner of Tommy's Diner, Michael Pappas. Thanks so much for having us here today.
Thanks for coming.
Tell me a little bit about what it's like taking over for your parents, continuing their legacy.
You know, my dad, he's like the front of the house. He's the personality. My mom is the back of the house. I have to be the best of both worlds, so it's like, it's a little bit harder work. We're out here every single day. You know what I mean? It's not like you just own a restaurant and you never go in. We're always here, so we're always talking to people, and you just build a lot of like good relationships that way.
This is when I make friends. This is all my friends coming here. You know what I mean? The people I love, the people I know.
This is the place to be. But here we have a couple of dishes prepared, and I think I'm even gonna cook with you.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
All right.
I've been coming here for 25 years. We were wondering where we get married. And she said, why not Tommy's?
This was our favorite place to come.
Welcome to Cooking with John Stamos. I'm kidding, it's Michael. We're in the kitchen here at Tommy's Diner, about to make the big breakfast.
The bread is locally sourced, Stan Evans Bakery in Grandview. You ever cook in a restaurant?
I have not.
It's super easy.
More of a front of a house
Super
guy.
easy. So you're gonna do your home fries, your French toast, your pancakes. Over there's your eggs.
Just like my stove at home.
House-made French toast mix. Take the bread, fully submerge it, put it right on the grill. Go ahead, give it a shot.
That sizzle, how's that?
Perfect. Home fries.
I like to have them crispy as possible.
Crispy, you're that guy, okay.
A little high maintenance.
When you're cooking breakfast, timing's everything. So we gotta wait a minute. French toast, we gotta get, see how, that's perfect.
Woo!
That's perfect.
Now do mine.
Beautiful, man, yours looks
I'm
better.
not saying it's better, yeah.
Eggs time. You know how to break an egg?
I mean, I think I do, but
Give it a
the
shot.
way you asked that, I'm not sure.
Give it a shot.
Ready?
Right there, right there. You're like a pro, man. You're a pro. Do the one.
Oh God, get ready.
No pressure. No. No, other side. Dominant way. And just roll it. You don't have to pick it all the way up. See how easy it is?
I have flipped an egg before, I promise.
Okay, stuffed French toast. Just so it's a little bit healthy, we're gonna throw some strawberries right on top. Little whipped cream, stuffed French toast.
Stuffed French toast.
This goes in the window.
Ding. Ooh.
And the bacon, it's gonna be nice. Look at this. Amateur move, and that's your egg, so I blame you. You see how
Okay.
busted? But that's the big breakfast.
You got your like sweet plate, your savory plate. It's hard to tell where to start, but of course I'm gonna start here with the sweet. Dessert before dinner, that's what I always say.
Get a little bit of everything in there.
Get that whipped cream, get that cream cheese filling.
This is where I just watch people eat. It's the other part of my job.
That's amazing.
You don't even need syrup with that.
No, you don't. So sweet and delicious. Nice vanilla flavor in there too. The strawberry gives it that freshness.
Yep.
And that French toast, I mean, I love French toast.
Yeah, it's great.
Sometimes when I eat savory bits, I like to eat everything in one bite. A little bit of potato. That one has a lot of cheese, nothing wrong with that. Get a little bit of egg.
A little
and
piece
this
of bacon. Yeah,
I mean,
nice and crispy.
I love it nice and crispy. That's breakfast.
Not bad.
That's breakfast. I'm gonna keep eating on this, but I know we're also trying a chicken romano.
And a milkshake.
And a milkshake. We are in a different part of the kitchen, scene change, making chicken romano.
You can only get it on Mondays, and it always sells out fairly quickly.
Let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking. We have chicken, panko breading, and some Romano cheese. We drop it right in the pan there. Now, if you can open that cooler, you see those veggies right there? Just put it right in there. This is more of a garnish just to put on the plate, give it a little color. Red peppers, red onions, zucchini. Back here, we have some salt and pepper. We're just gonna sprinkle it on top.
It's like almost a Salt Bae, but
Yeah,
not really.
I watch a lot of YouTube, so. Spaghetti, gonna drop it in some hot water. Grab a plate. This is where we get interactive. This is Romano sauce.
Yum.
We're gonna go right in the middle there.
Okay.
Bring your plate over. Just gonna rotate it around. You wanna cover the whole plate.
How's that?
Perfect, perfect. Nice golden brown on top. Give it a little shake.
I can do this one.
Don't make a mess. You made a mess.
I can cook.
Grab the spaghetti. Go right in the middle. Just gonna twist.
Two-handed. I can do that. Are you ready?
Spin it.
Spin it. Spin it. Let
Like
go.
a little tornado. Perfect. With the veggies here. There was more when we started.
No, that's what we started with, please.
Put that right on top. Chicken Romano. Just like that.
We're gonna try that in a minute, but first, gotta make a milkshake.
I have been coming here for probably 13 plus years. It's a fun family restaurant. They have good variety. They have daily specials, and it's just a good place to come.
We are diving into our final dish here, the chicken Romano,
Moment of
and
truth.
that milkshake. I can't wait to get in there.
The moment of truth.
What do you think, guys? Is this gonna taste good? That happens every time I eat. Let's taste this chicken. I can already tell that it's crispy. The sauce is so nice. I want to get some of that pasta, and I'm gonna come back for the vegetables because I don't have enough room on my fork. That is incredible.
I got lucky.
I love the crust on the chicken, that contrast in texture, the crispy texture on the outside with the chicken that's moist and nice on the inside. That pasta is a great touch, and those vegetables are killer. So here we are, the strawberry milkshake. The perfect complement to a perfect chicken.
I don't make those often, so you're actually kind of lucky.
Oh yeah,
You're welcome.
No, great milkshake. Thank you so much for having us here today. I loved coming here, trying all your amazing food, meeting your amazing guests. I can't wait to come back.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Did somebody say caviar? Up next, What the Waffle is serving up sweet and savory dishes in the Lincoln District. Stay tuned.
I created my waffles around my son and my family's needs, but they had to be delicious, and I didn't stop changing my recipe until I had perfected it. I want people to feel really good about what they're eating when they enjoy a Locust Point waffle. Love breakfast again with Locust Point waffles.
What the Waffle has its roots in pop-up cuisine, finally landing a brick-and-mortar location in the art and culture hub of the King Lincoln District. Run by Gail Troy, this social enterprise helps young women aging out of the foster care system develop work skills. Today, we get to taste some of Gail's finest dishes, from the sweet potato muffin with shrimp and grits to the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. On what else? A waffle. Let's eat.
I love it here. I come every day. Saturday, I get a stack in the Wadi. Sunday, I get a stack in What the Benny. And sometimes I sneak back in and get another stack. They're that good.
I am here with Waffle Wonder Woman, Gail Troy. Gail, thank you so much for bringing us to What the Waffle today.
Thanks for having me, you guys. We are so excited to share our brunch menu.
I have to ask, why waffles?
Why not waffles? I like to say waffles are pancakes with abs.
Will they give me abs?
You'll have a 36 pack.
Tell me a little bit about the brick and mortar location. How did you get here?
We originally started in a shared space at Old Town East. And I had a girlfriend that came in and said, hey, there's a location over here on Long Street, King Lincoln District, African American community with rich history. What do you think about being over there? Here we are today.
Now, you describe this as a social enterprise. Why do you call it a social enterprise?
I have a passion for young ladies who are aging out of foster care. And I believe it's important that every female have a mother presence in their life. I have a phenomenal young lady who's been with me, and you'll get to meet her since she was 17.
It's not just about food here.
Oh no, food is a bonus. What the Waffle is about, transforming lives so these young ladies can reach their full potential.
I love that mission, but I also love to eat. I think we're gonna make a few waffles today.
Well, let's get started.
All right, Gail, you got me all suited up, and we're about to make What the Benny. Tell me a little bit about it.
Bree, who you'll meet later, makes the herb waffle.
So it's a savory waffle.
That's how you start off making this dish. While that waffle is baking in the waffle iron, I'll get started with the breakfast potatoes. And I pre-cook those in the morning with olive oil, garlic pepper, garlic sauce, some other herbs. By then, the herb waffle is is ready to plate. Also, early in the morning, I bake our salmon. So that's drenched in butter with some special herbs that we put on there. And I like to use the skin on the salmon to keep that salmon moist. I'll place that succulent salmon on top of the herb waffle.
Succulent salmon. I like how you describe it.
Then we'll poach an egg.
What is the secret to getting the perfect poached egg?
Get the water to a rapid boil. Gently drop your egg into the boiling water. Take a spoon and do a whirlpool effect in the center of the pot. That brings the white to cover the egg yolk, so you'll have a nice rounded out poached egg. And we'll top that with caviar. You need a little acid in there to balance out. You have an arugula salad that's tossed in a Dijon mustard vinaigrette. And all of this is made in-house.
I have a feeling I am going to feel rich while this dish tastes rich. I'm sure you get this a lot, but I gotta ask, what the waffle? I mean, come on! Where do I even start?
I would recommend you start with the poached egg.
Going in. Gail. That's luxury. Luxury. I love the burst of saltiness from the caviar. I love the richness of the egg yolk, the waffle. The flavor of that with the garlic and herb is so good. It's not overly sweet. Sometimes people like to dip their potatoes in ketchup or something, but you don't need it because you have that hollandaise sauce. You have the egg yolk. This is a breakfast of kings and queens. All right, I've had your salmon, but I think it's time for some shrimp.
Let's do it.
I get the shrimp and grits. The shrimp is delicious. The grits are delightful. The whole meal is determined to make my day.
We're about to make shrimp and grits. Walk me through it.
First, we start with our stone ground grits. We have to continually stir because if they're heavy, will settle at the bottom of the pot. We incorporate about a half a pound of butter.
Oh, that's it.
Just a little bit of butter. We add some American cheese. From there, we add aged sharp cheddar cheese. And that gives it just a little bite. We put together our shrimp, which we just toss a little in some Old Bay, just a little. You don't want to overpower all the other flavors that's coming together in the dish. And we saute that in some olive oil. Olive oil is a good fat. And you know when your shrimp is ready to turn, when it becomes a little opaque and pink, and you'll see that in the tails. We add our andouille sausage. Andouille sausage is a sausage that has a lot of spices and herbs cured in a totally different way to ensure that those spices are locked into the casing. We top that off with a drizzle of our savory tomato broth.
I might want to take a nap after it, but it sounds so filling and delicious. Gail, this is a thing of beauty. I love a dish that's a little interactive too. I get in there and pull the tail off the shrimp myself.
Yeah, you're allowed to play with your food.
That Old Bay gives a little bit of salt and a little bit of spice to that shrimp, like butter, because there's a lot of butter. That sharp cheddar cheese gives it a nice flavor that really cuts through some of the richness of that butter. You also have this andouille sausage and bacon, and the texture is just so good. I could eat this all day, but I know I have to save room for your famous bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich on a waffle. I'm gonna go meet up with Bree. I'm here with Bree Brown, and she's gonna show us how to make the famous bacon, egg, and cheese.
The BEC. I start with the waffle first, which takes about 3 minutes to make.
What do you do to cook the egg?
Get an egg ring. I chop the yolk, so then it makes it easier for me to cut it.
A hard fried egg.
Yes. The bacon, which is hickory smoked bacon, we cook it every morning. I set the waffle down on a tray. We put the cheddar down, let the cheddar start to melt. I set the egg and then I set the bacon down. It takes about 4 minutes to get the whole sandwich done.
Here it is, the BEC. I think the B stands for big because this is a giant sandwich. I'm going in. There is something so simple about a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. I can see why this is one of your best sellers. Thank you so much for showing me how to make this. It's delicious.
Hope to see you guys again.
Oh, you will.
I was the first customer when they reopened here at this location. I just feel so welcomed here. Simply waking up on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning to come here for brunch is something I look forward to on a weekly basis. And I love the sweet potato muffins. There's nothing like the sweet potato muffins.
Gail, thank you so much for having us out here today.
Don't forget your sweet potato muffin.
Ooh, yes. Like everything else, this is delicious.
Awesome.
I'll see you later.
See ya.
Up next, Tom shows us how to make Ritas' famous white pizza with the handmade sausage. Stay tuned.
Every High Bank product, including Whiskey Wart, tells a story.
Columbus loves local, and so do we, which is why we source locally as much as possible to create our award-winning food and cocktail menus.
You're part of the fabric of our great city.
The sense of community is unmatched in Columbus, and that's what High Bank is all about.
Drink local, drink High Bank.
Since 1959, Ritas Pizza has been a family-run gem on the Columbus scene. Made famous for its handmade sausage by the founder, late Gus Anarino, and now run by his son, Tom. We're gonna check it out today, and I cannot wait. Let's keep eating, Columbus.
Since 1996, I had my first pie then. Great flavor, great taste, the freshness, the friendliness of the staff here. It's just phenomenal.
I'm here with Tom Anarino, the man that runs the show here at Ritas Pizza. Tom, thanks so much for having us today.
You're welcome, glad to have you.
So, as I understand it, this started with your dad around 61 years ago.
61 years. My dad started in 1959.
So how long have you been working here?
Oh geez, I've been here since 5th grade. I used to stand on a pop crate back there and roll dough and...
Oh wow. I think I really need to learn a little bit about your famous handmade sausage here. Can you walk me through the process a little bit?
Absolutely. I buy Boston butts. I cut them up, grind them, mix them, bag them. I do that probably every 4 or 5 days.
So how much sausage are you making a week?
Well over 200 pounds a week that we go through.
Do people just ask for it on like every pizza?
Almost 95% of them have sausage on them.
I think you can just taste the quality. It's not something that's been frozen and thrown on the grill. I know he makes it fresh and gets the meat local, and you can taste that.
So, Tom, we're about to make one of your most popular pizzas, the white pizza.
That's olive oil, the spices, and then the cheese goes on.
This is mozzarella cheese?
Provolone.
Provolone?
Provolone, strictly provolone.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Never used mozzarella.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Mozzarella's a little drier, tends to burn a little more. So then we come in with a little bit more spices. Now we're ready to put on anything else we want.
Why don't you show me the technique and I will help out.
Just grab a handful and just pinch off a bit, about that size.
It's on here raw.
Raw.
And then nice slow cook, but at a high temperature.
Right.
And all the juices from that sausage seep into the pizza.
Seep into the pizza and you just get all those flavors together. Then we top it off with some Romano.
And that's it?
That's it. That's
awesome.
all it is.
All right, let's put her in. So just set it up here?
Set it right there.
I don't want to burn myself up here.
No, you're good.
Oh man, this looks amazing. The crust is beautifully browned. I can see that that sausage just dripped down into the crust. And this browning, we call that Maillard browning in the food science business.
Right.
You can't see my face right now, but it's looking like this. Because I want to try this. Tom.
Good.
Better than good. Let me talk for 1 second about this sausage. You can taste the love that went into that. That keeps the crust so nice and moist too, as the fat drips down into the crust.
Right.
The crust is nice and crispy, but also doughy enough, like kind of like the perfect pizza. I give this probably like a 10, maybe an 11 out of 10. I could dive headfirst into that and eat it. I probably wouldn't share it with any of my friends. I would just eat it by myself.
Hey, there's pizza, and then there's Ritas Pizza.
All right, Tom, well, thanks so much for having us out today. I love everything you have going on here.
Thank you for coming.
Save room for dessert, Columbus. Top secret cinnamon sticks are next. Stay tuned.
There's a certain pride and ownership when creating your own piece. In some of the classes, you're able to leave with a piece of furniture or art and actually take it home with you. And it's very satisfying having that tangible object that you put so much time in that you're able to cherish for years to come.
Donuts before dawn in Upper Arlington. We're here in the still sleeping suburb of UA to continue our journey with the original goodie shop. Their famous cinnamon sticks got me out of bed this morning, so let's go check it out.
I mean, I grew up coming here. My mom used to take me here to get smiley face cookies after school. Everything about the goodie shop is just family.
I'm here with Debbie Krennick-Smith, who owns the goodie shop with her 2 daughters. I do have to ask about what I hear is your signature item,
Absolutely.
the cinnamon sticks.
Yes.
Is that a recipe from your family? Is it from the bakery?
When the bakery opened back in this shopping center in 1955, Bill Wood owned it, and he did sell it to my dad in '67, and we got the cinnamon stick recipe from him. And we shipped those even all across the United States to people. They say they can't find them anywhere else. Well, no one else makes it. So It's a secret recipe, truly, that we don't give out.
They're like a staple for our family at Christmas time, and we have like aunts and uncles that come home for the holidays, and if my mom doesn't have those cinnamon sticks, it is a disaster.
I am here now with Emily Smith, who owns the bakery with her mother and her other sister. We got an awesome history lesson from your mother, and I think the history really continues with this equipment. I think I see the scale you were weighed on as a baby, and there's an amazing oven over here, and these mixer. Do you know how old this mixer is?
1950s.
Oh my gosh, so you're still using a lot of that same equipment.
Yeah, we've been told we're lucky to still have the vintage stuff.
Oh man, well,
Right.
they don't make them like they used to,
They
right?
really don't.
Emily, I'm looking around at all the trays here and I see like a wide variety of baked goods. You have dinner rolls, you have cream horns, he's making cinnamon rolls back there. This is a full service bakery. You just don't see that a lot anymore.
No, you don't. They've kind of gone by the wayside. You used to have a bakery on every corner, and now, you might only have a couple of that I know of in Columbus. I know us being one of them.
Lots of good variety.
Lots of variety here.
Tell me a little bit about what we're tasting.
Sure, so here we have an almond cupcake. We have our famous cinnamon stick.
Best for last.
And a cream horn.
Okay, well, you mind if we start with the cream horn?
Yeah, let's do it.
That tastes like the state fair a little bit with like the flaky crust. You have some whipped cream. Oh my gosh. So what cupcake do we have?
This is an almond cupcake, almond frosting and cute little almond bark on top.
This is bursting with almond flavor. The frosting is so smooth, so delicate. The cake is like the perfect crumb. This is delicious.
Thank you.
I had to save the best for last.
The cinnamon sticks. And
The
you've
cinnamon
never
stick.
had them before.
I've never had them.
I'm
I
excited
have to try
see.
them.
Yes.
It's been like built up to me all week. I cannot wait. Oh, and they're warm. Do people eat them warm typically?
Oh yeah, if you warm it up, it just melts like the center of the cinnamon roll.
Oh man, that's really good. You're totally right. It's like the middle of a cinnamon roll.
Every bite is.
Columbus, you have to come down and try these here at the Goodie Shop. Don't worry, we'll be back with more to explore. Join us next month on Tasting Columbus.
Don't forget, this is the one that you crushed.
Does it? You know what? I thought it looked a little bit better. Okay. Get ready, Columbus. You're on a roll, though. You're doing great.
I had it for a minute, man. I'm sorry. I f***ed it up.